Hey guys, it's Anna. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're talking about Discovery Cove in Orlando, Florida. We actually went to Discovery Cove for the first time on our trip in August of this year. And I do have a full video. I can have it linked somewhere here and down below. You can check it out. And I guess this video is my review and overview and the good and the bad about our experience in Discovery Cove. Before we get into the video, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. If you enjoyed this video and it was helpful for you, please give it a big thumbs up. It really helps my channel. And don't forget to hit the bell so you'll be notified every single time I upload a new video. I wanted to go to Discovery Cove for as long as I could remember. Being a teenager, being a young adult, I always wanted to go. Like, it was my dream, and it was definitely a place that was like on top of my bucket list of places to visit. Typically when you visit Orlando, you have so many things going on that you just don't have enough time, and Discovery Cove is very expensive. It's a very expensive day, especially if you have multiple family members. I've been kind of looking and searching and looking up Discovery Cove, and I guess it just started popping up in my Facebook feed. One lovely day it popped up on my feed with a 30 or 40% discount. Can't remember for sure. So I went to their website and I looked at our schedule for Disney. We happened to have one day that was kind of free, which was going to be our pool day, and that day was heavily discounted. I said, you know what, let's do it. So I didn't tell anything to my kids. My little guy absolutely loves marine life. He loves dolphins, he loves whales. If you've seen our trips from Maine, we actually did a whale excursion, but we didn't see anything, so he was super disappointed. So I was like, this is going to be absolutely perfect for him. He's going to love the interaction with the dolphins. Anyway, my list here. So anyways, we booked it. I booked it. And with the discount that was going on and the day of the week that we were going, which was a cheaper day because it was during the week, I paid $854.97 for 3 people. Things that were included in my ticket was the Dolphin Swim, day admission, unlimited food and beverages, sunscreen that's safe for animals, lockers, towels, snorkeling gear, wetsuits and vests. I think that's it. And they also have an alcohol beverage package, but I didn't get that. So they start really early. I want to say they tell you to come in like at 7:30 is when the check-in happens. I think we got there about 7:30, maybe like 7:45. We parked. It was very easy, nothing to it. We walked into the main building and there was a few people ahead of us, so we kind of waited, but honestly they move really quick. They're just like, you here, and then you go to check in, and everybody gets this lanyard with a card, and it pretty much just says your name, which I have to say that I didn't like that for safety reasons for kids. Like, we don't need to have full names of children. Like, I didn't like that. Then they schedule you for your Dolphin Swim. I didn't like that we didn't have an option when we wanted to schedule our Dolphin Swim. I guess it's kind of like first come, first serve. Looking back, I actually kind of like that we were scheduled first thing in the morning, so we kind of just got done and then we were able to explore the rest of the park and eat and do whatever we needed to do. But I do wish that they gave people an option, kind of like, okay, well, you know, you're here right now at 7:30 a.m. so we have an option, say 9 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Like, where would you like to go? I think that would be a better option, but you don't get that, so I guess it is what it is. Got there, we found a spot, looked very nice. I was trying to find a spot that had shade. It was a little tricky to find because I'll be honest, there's not a lot of umbrellas available, so if you do need an umbrella, get there as soon as you can because they're definitely limited. And if you're hiding by the tree or bushes thinking that you're going to be safe from the sun, no, because the sun will end up turning and you're gonna have direct sunlight on you, and it's going to result in a sunburn. Officially opens at 9 o'clock, so when you get there at 7:30, 7:45, you check in, you find your spot, and you can go ahead and have breakfast. When we got there, the breakfast line wasn't very busy. I have to say the food options were great for me. I think I had eggs and bacon and sausage, and I think it was like waffles, so it was great for me. One of my kids has severe allergies. The lack of allergy friendly menu, foods, and communication and service was terrible. I mean, there was not even like bare minimum. It was terrible. I definitely will tell you right away, if you're a mom and you have kids or anyone in your family who has severe allergies, you're gonna have to, you know, be the voice, and you're gonna have to really essentially bring food with you, because that's what we did. Their website, it kind of almost says that you're not allowed to bring anything to the park. So I actually emailed them prior explaining our situation, and I wanted to make sure that I was going to save that email. So if anyone gave me a hard time about the food that I was going to bring for my kids, especially the one that has the allergies, I had an email to back it up. But there was no issues with me bringing any of the food. It was absolutely fine. Nobody gave me a hard time. But there just wasn't much that my kid could have from the restaurant that was safe for him to have, unfortunately. So soon after that, it was our turn to do the Dolphin Swim. Actually, on the cards that you receive, it has your name, and then they also print the time for your swim and the section that you're going to be in. The dolphin pool is separated in 3 sections, and I think it's A, B, and C, if I'm not mistaken. I believe we were in pool B. There's a little bit of confusion on where people needed to go for the briefing before you actually get into the water with the dolphins. It's like a 15-minute safety educational video that you have to watch. It's like in a room, and you go in and there's a TV, there's instructors there, and they kind of separate people into 3 groups for the 3 individual pools. So that was great, I guess, you know. So we watched the video. If anyone had any questions, I definitely had some questions because my child has special needs, so we needed to make sure that everything's going to be okay, because when they lay down the rules for you, it's like this, and this, and don't do this, and this, and this. And I was like, that's gonna be a little bit difficult for my child. But they were very nice, very accommodating. I can't say anything negative about that. The trainers were absolutely wonderful with my kid, and they definitely helped us to have the best possible experience with the dolphins. Once that little briefing is done, you follow your trainer, because now you're assigned a trainer. Into the water, I do have to say that the water where the dolphins are is freezing. It was pretty cold, so definitely get a wetsuit if you want to be more comfortable. Get into the water, and before I really tell you all the details about it, because there were a few things that I didn't understand, or maybe there was miscommunication until we actually got into the water and I realized what's actually going to happen. And I was very surprised about, and only understood it once we actually got into the water, was that they advertised their Dolphin Swim as a 30-minute interaction with the dolphin, which is complete baloney. You actually start with 45 minutes, and 15 minutes of those 45 minutes is for the briefing, for the safety and rules and regulations that they have. And then you have 30 minutes in the water with the dolphin that is divided by 9 people. Yes, 9 people for 30 minutes. Every group, everyone, everywhere, in every pool, there's 9 people in the group, and it's divided. So that leaves you with less than 3.5 minutes of your own personal experience with the dolphin. I was really disappointed. It was disappointing. I really thought that we were gonna have the 30-minute experience, honestly, because that's what it sounded like. I don't think I recall reading it on their website that your time is actually divided by 9 people. You know, I think if I would have read that my Dolphin Swim would be less than 3.5 minutes, I think I would reconsider going to Discovery Cove, to be honest. I I was very disappointed, and not only for me, but mainly just for my kids, because I wanted them to have this amazing experience, and it was almost kind of like, you know, a once in a lifetime experience. 3.5 minutes? Really? Discovery Cove? Really? For such an expensive day? 3.5 minutes. I don't know. I have no words, honestly. So moving along, once we were done with our dolphin swim, they also took a bunch of pictures of us, you know, during and right after, which, you know, I ended up purchasing, which was very expensive. I think I got 4 prints for like $120, and of course they show you like 75 pictures. So once we were done, we kind of went to explore the park. I do have to say, it is beautiful, and I can't say anything about that. It's gorgeous. When there is thousands of people there, it takes away from the experience. It takes away from the experience that they advertise, that like you're in paradise and you're like on this island, and you know, there's almost like nobody in sight except you and these beautiful birds and fish and all of these amazing experiences and food. That's not how it is. Went to one of the pools, I believe it's called Serenity Bay, and that pool is pretty large. It's definitely fun, and it's so beautiful, and it's also connected with an amazing lazy river, and it's called Wind Away River. It's very nice. It's beautiful. It's probably like the longest lazy river I've ever been in my life, and my kids enjoyed it. It's definitely a little tricky if you have younger kids, so be sure that, you know, they have a life vest jacket or some sort of a floaty, because there are areas that drop down to like 8 feet. Like, boom, you're in 8 feet zone. So definitely be careful with your kiddos. There are lifeguards everywhere. It was amazing. We definitely did that lazy river probably a handful of times. It was really, really fun. Once we got done with that, we went to explore the park again a little bit, and we went to the Grand Reef, which was total chaos. There's no other words. There were so many people there. So many people there. This is a grand reef where you should be able to snorkel. This is a reef where you should be able to interact with stingrays and, you know, some beautiful fish. But it's like a mob scene. It's so packed, so you can't possibly do all of that. Not for nothing, but the thought of going snorkeling with the amount of people that were in that pool, you can't forget that these areas are pools, just kind of like grossed me out, honestly. It did not look sanitary. I don't know what they put in the water to keep it clean, and yeah, and it wasn't because of the animals. And I'm being honest. This is my honest review. We literally just kind of like stayed back and just interacted a little bit with the stingrays. There were so many people there. It wasn't a good experience. So we went and we came back. I didn't like it at all. I think then it was lunchtime, but at this point my kids ate their own lunch that I brought from home. So I actually just went and just grabbed a few things, but again, the variety were good. I think they had steak, and they had chicken, and they had salmon, so it was really, really good food. All right, so you kind of got my vibe with Discovery Cove. So I just think it was definitely not for us, and I was really, really disappointed with the Dolphin Swim, because like I said, it was 30 minutes divided by 9 people. That gives you less than 3.5 minutes. It was so crowded. It was so busy. It definitely didn't make us feel like we were on a paradise island at all. Essentially, if you don't divide the pools where the dolphins are, because they are divided in 3, it's 3 large pools. That's it. It's the pool where they have the reef with all the fish and the stingrays. Then they have the pool where the dolphins are, and then they have one more pool and a lazy river that connects all around. That's it. If you're strictly going there for the experience of swimming with the dolphins, I would really encourage you to look somewhere else, because less than 3.5 minutes, it is not worth it. Like I said, other things, I can't complain about the food. I didn't eat a lot. My kids pretty much didn't eat anything because of the allergy situations, and just because there was just lack of service in that department, and I just couldn't trust them. I don't know. I mean, what do you go there for? Definitely wouldn't do it again, considering that I paid, let's say, almost $900 for the 3 of us, and to think that it could have been more if I didn't find this discount code. I can't even justify that. That's just crazy. I kind of wish that I would have, taken that $900 and stayed an extra day or 2 in Disney. Anyways, guys, don't shoot the messenger. This was our experience, and unfortunately, just it wasn't there for us, but it's okay. You can go and have a better experience. But the number one thing that I want you to understand and take away from this video is that you're dividing 30 minutes between 9 people for your dolphin swim. Okay? Anyways, if you found this video helpful, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you real soon. Bye!